Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And tonight we got the new RIMURU'S Predation Quest Gluttony Festival. And this is going to go on for a week. And this is a brand new event. We've never had a Gluttony Festival before. We've had Predation Quests. They come up every weekend, and they allow you to get one specific skill enhancement of their choosing whenever they decide to drop. But it does have like a pretty strict team restriction on element typing. But here, it gives you a choice of all 4 skill enhancements. And if you read the event description, each quest in RIMURU'S Predation Quest can be played 10 times per day in total. Each quest can be played 10 times per day in total. Now that would lead me, and I'm sure a lot of you, to assume that if there's 4 stages, you could do 4 stages 10 times for a total of 40 runs, which is going to be a lot of stamina. Each run is 10 stamina, so that'd be 400 stamina per day, which is a huge amount. But on the other side, you would be getting a lot of skill enhancements. However, that is not the case, because if we go into the event, I have reached the limit. Why is that? Because I'm parallel processing 9 of them, because I cleared 1, and then I processed the other 9. So if we look at what we got out of the Magic Quest, I think, 11, 14, and 2. Okay, well, I mean, that's not terrible, but also, that's only 10 runs, not 40, and I can't click back into the quest. So it is worded, maybe not incorrectly, because maybe it's just the translation that didn't really carry over the the specific details in English, but it is only 10 runs shared between all 4 stages. So you only get 10 runs a day, and you have to choose which stages you want to do in what amount. So like I just did all 10 runs in the Magic one. Here, let me bring up the gameplay. So like you can see that we're going up and we want to use a dark team. We're just gonna bring Warrior's Mind because it's easy. This stage is not hard. It's not hard. You have no unit restriction or limitation. Just bring whatever team you can. If you have one that is element based that you can get the job done with, like this wants us to use a dark team, so we're gonna use the strongest dark team. Then by all means. But you could bring any team. You could bring the new Spirit Master team. The guy is nerfing blues. That's the only really thing you need to worry about. But since Warrior's Mind is just too damn strong, we're gonna clear it in 2 turns. But this takes away 1 run from the total of 10. So if I wanted to do another run in a different quest, I could, but then I'd be down to 8 for the rest of the day. And so I think I was going to put this video out tomorrow, but I actually want to put it out now, just so people can be aware that the wording in English is not quite as accurate as you would like it to be. So once we accept the quest rewards, okay, yep, cool, because we're done, and he does not take a lot of damage, he does not do a lot of damage to our gauge right there. So we're going to clear this quest, and then if we jump in, we get 111. So I don't really see an increased drop rate or increased amount of each type. It is just 1s across the board. But now, I am going to parallel process 9 of them, and then you see that I'm going to be locked out right here. Like I can't click back in now, and that is where we are currently existing on like the real-time screen. So you can only do 10 runs per day, per week. So that's going to be a total of 70 runs in total. I just said in total twice. There are missions that allow you to gain back a decent amount of stamina. Maybe not all the stamina, but a decent amount. 30 and 30 and 30 and 30 and 30, and it goes all the way up to 70, which is the total amount that you would be doing. And then you get a lot of 3.5 anniversary medals, which is good. But I don't know. I personally am kind of disappointed, but also I understand that not every player has the ability to spend 400 stamina per day, right? That would be a huge ask of players, and there's already a whole butt ton of things that take stamina right now. You know, Jubilee is out. We've got Beatdown Battle. You've got the daily event quest. You've got the new Divine General rerun. You've got so many other things that is asking for stamina that, yeah, realistically, it would not be feasible for players to do 40 runs per day in this. But for players that do have that, I was kind of looking forward to that. Because I've got, quite a few stamina pots. But it's not the case, which is fine. I don't need that many skill enhancements. I would have just had a lot more. But I just want you guys as players to be aware, because I know some of you don't read. And you're going to look at this and be like, what the fuck? So I'm informing you vocally and in video format that there is a much more strict limitation on stage attempts than what we assumed it would be. Otherwise, I don't think these stages are that difficult. I mean, you saw the Warriors Mind team do it in essentially one turn. We do a lot of damage. If you just build the team per whatever stage element it wants, which I can't even check right now because it doesn't even let me click in there, then you won't have any problems. And then you only have to clear it once. Like, all of the stages, you only have to clear them once, and then you can parallel process them for the next days. So it only requires one actual attempt, which is nice. So on one hand, it's good. On one hand, I'm kind of disappointed, but I understand the restriction. But because I'm greedy and I'm selfish and I hoard a lot of materials in this game, I just wanted to hoard a lot more than what was going to be realistically expected. But that is the RIMURU'S Predation Gluttony Festival. I did post on Twitter that it is kind of misleading, but it could just easily be a translation error between the Japanese devs and the English language. Never happens in any other game. Why would you think that? But let me know what you guys think. Were you also surprised when you were suddenly locked out after doing 10 runs? What skill enhancement stages are you going to prioritize? Personally, if you were to ask my opinion, I would tell most players to split their time between the magic and the attack skills. The defense and the body and spirit ones are not skills that are hugely focused on, so you don't need as many of those. But magic skills are orb changes, they're alt buffs, they're alt swaps, they're pretty much anything that's not a direct attack buff or a debuff, essentially. And then the attack buff skill is an attack buff. All teams have attack buffs. So these two are going to be much more used than the defense and the body and spirit skills. But that would just be my recommendation. If you find yourself drastically lacking in the other ones, then yeah, go ahead. But let me know in the comments what stage you're going to prioritize over the next week or so, and what you're going to dump your stamina into. But that's it from me. Take it easy, and I will see you all later.